Hi, my name's Joe Wright and I am the director of Darkest Hour. In this scene, Winston Churchill, played by Gary Oldman, is about to deliver a speech to the British public, his first radio broadcast, in which he's going to lie to them. And he's been advised against making this speech and advised against lying and saying that the British Army is on the offensive rather than on the retreat as we actually were. He's trying to portray a positive view of the war, but unfortunately that's not really the case. I use this red lighting here, probably more theatrical than realistic, but I kind of like the idea of the intensity of it for this particular moment in the film. It's 40 minutes into the film, and it's at this point that the tone of the film begins to shift from the light-hearted kind of comedic tone to something a bit more serious. The stakes are beginning to rise. The camera moves through the wall here, and this is a kind of idea that I thought about a lot, and I wondered whether it was too theatrical. We do it a few times throughout the film, but it felt I enjoyed it, so I went with it, adding hopefully a sense of claustrophobia. That was Ben Mendelsohn playing King Charles VI, the great Ben Mendelsohn, also disapproving of Churchill.
I have invincible confidence.
And here's Clementine Churchill, his wife, played by Kristen Scott Thomas.
A very small part of that splendid army has yet been...
I like the kind of use of non-naturalistic sound over this shot here
has yet been invaded.
to create that sense of distance. This is Stephen Delane playing Halifax, who's Churchill's chief adversary within the war cabinet. The light there is bouncing off the glass tabletop to create those shadows on the wall. This shot coming up now is one of a series of shots that motifs really that appear throughout the film, almost to give the sense of a map. I like the idea that the leaders are kind of gods overviewing the world through the abstraction of a map, and this transition hopefully brings home the idea that their decisions are having real effect on people's lives.
Any agony may be. Conquer we must. As conquer we shall.
And now, just as the radio address ends, we see the first flicker of doubt in Churchill's eyes, concern that perhaps the course taken was not the correct one, maybe even a sense of shame.